All right, we are joined by Mike Silver. We are joined by Cameron Wolfe. We are joined by big-time Ian Rapoport. Joined by Jimmy Palm Trees Insider. What will be the biggest offseason move the Broncos make?
It will be a added weapon for Bo Nix. I think it will certainly be an added weapon for Bo Nix. My understanding is that is a focus. Now, where they get that, I think they're open-minded in that sense. I don't think they're really like, we need an X receiver Court's really an X, but we need somebody opposite of Court, or I think they're open-minded on how they want to fill that, but I think there is a serious emphasis right now, specifically this week to my understanding, that they are looking at a weapon.
If you had to guess, what position?
I think it's receiver, honestly. I think it's receiver over back. I think they want to see RJ grow. I think you can look at a complement. We see so many of these like two-back systems in the league right now. I think the weapon I think it's at the receiver position because you have more options, honestly. It's a really, really deep class. Anything you're looking for. If you want guys that are like the running back build and they come out of the slot, a lot of line of scrimmage stuff, you can do that. I don't think that's really Sean's game, like the smaller, compact receiver. But you have tons of these bigger guys, whether it's Boston from, Washington or any of these guys. You have options and like real, like instant players in this draft. I'm not saying nobody's really a one in the draft at receiver, but you have playmakers that you can have be added right away for sure.
I don't know that they're really in a place where they need to make a splashy move. I mean, that's one cool thing about mostly because of the way they drafted, but also free agency too. I mean, like last year in free agency was not like the sexiest, but signed two dogs, more than that, but two big ones that come to mind, especially on defense. I think it's all kind of additive now. It's like sign your own guys, which they did an unbelievable job of locking up at least four, right?
Yep, Lott, Court, Zach Allen, DJ Jones,
Kicker.
Malcolm Roach, Will Lutz, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, Benito, yeah.
So 5 this year, 1 before this. I mean, that's a pretty good place to be.
Yeah.
Look, they'll probably do something fun. Sean Payton and George Payton usually have that in store, but I don't know that based on where this team is, that they need to have a splash move. Just continue on the trajectory they're going.
I think they go get a big number one wide receiver. Whether that's going to be a guy in free agency, a speed guy, Alec Pierce is out there, or do they go make a trade for a guy? I don't know who the name is yet, but I do think they get that weapon in free agency, in trade, maybe even the draft with the first round pick, being able to get a guy to complement Courtland Sutton and get Bo Nix just another weapon.
So a quick follow-up.
Yep.
You're very close with the Dolphins.
Yep.
A name that was thrown around a lot last year, connected with the Broncos, was Waddle. Is there any chance that he moves, or are they keeping him?
There's a chance. They would love to keep him, from what I understand. He's not one of the guys. He's not in the Tua category where it's like, hey, give us anything we can for it. But for Waddle, I think you're going to have to give up a first-round pick plus to get him. And so the Broncos have to ask themselves, is he worth that for them? But I think there's a price. It just may be very expensive.
I think they already made it, and that is promoting Davis Webb to offensive coordinator. And, listen, this guy is regarded as a star in the business. Known him for a long time, since he was a unpaid de facto member of Cal's coaching staff as their fifth-year senior quarterback for a season. Coaching's in his family, it's in his blood. He's always just been a student of the game, and I'm excited to see what he and Sean can cook up, because Sean's as good as it gets. And look, we're talking about a team that quite likely would have been a Super Bowl team and perhaps a Super Bowl winner. Really untimely injury. They have a lot of exciting, things to look forward to.
What type of play caller do you think he's going to be?
Is Sean calling the plays?
The Bills are starting to leak that it's going to be Davis, actually, because they interviewed him for the OC job, or the head coach job.
Interesting. Well, I think whoever's making the calls, if it's a Sean Payton team, it's going to be aggressive. And, that's why I'm excited about the Broncos offense, because as great as the season was, I think Bo's definitely on the way up. I think you could get so much more productivity tight end position. I think the running game could go up another level. Probably there's a way to upgrade that receiving core and make it more exciting. So to me, there could be a lot of cool ways you can attack, and I know if Sean's the coach, they will attack.
Right on. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah,
I appreciate it a lot.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.